about to get into this match.
All right. Another one of the common tri-state versus Texas matchups that we've been getting up a lot.
There's going to be a lot of those.
Yes. East Coast has come out full force on this event. West Coast has some representation as well. You can see Alistair in the background right behind Rokso. We have Canada coming out here today with Munster, Lavi, Greg, as we just saw 2 games ago. I mean, it's a lot of national representation. This is the largest DX event of the season, counting from FCR onward. So this is definitely a very, very stacked event. And no matter how you place at this event, it's an achievement. It's worth noting.
I think something really cool about this event is just the storyline behind it. Like, this was the first Pokken major.
Right, right.
And like for a lot of people, like for me, like when I watched it, it was the one that made me want to go out and start competing.
Right.
Was
Yeah.
grand finals of Catfight versus Vim.
Yes. That was a crazy, that's iconic set. Like DreamHack Austin 2016 was a real primer for what competitive Pokken tournament could look like, and it set the tone for what we've kind of accomplished and achieved today. So it's really exciting to see it evolve in this 2018 iteration. So we get into it. We got Rokso and Actias. We got one solid duel phase. Rokso countering through all of Actias' attempts. That's one grab. We're not messing with any other mix-ups or pressure. We're going straight back into field phase.
Just how fast Rokso just saw that water ball and just hard committed on counter, just knowing that this is going to work out.
See, Actias playing the pressure game from Suicune, but Rokso seems to have all the answers to get in through all of Suicune's pressure. So, I mean, Rokso's taking as much damage as he can. He tries to dash back to punish the Suicune counter.
Actually, Suicune's counter has very bad tracking, so if he could have side dashed, he might have actually avoided it. Another thing there that you see is like, so we mentioned earlier that Chandelure has a frame 1 anti-air, but
yes,
Garchomp also does on his release X.
His release X, exactly. So as we saw the Suicune go for an aerial move for its Oki, you saw Rokso use his release X upwards and completely demolish that move. Goes for a low pizza cutter.
Yeah, that was the safe
So
height.
he's safe. I think it's confirmed.
I think Actias could have done waterfall and probably caught his jump.
There's an unreal call. Rokso drops block.
So I think a hard thing so far for Actias is Rokso is kind of like, he's experienced. So there's spots where he's like, you're going to press a button. So
Rokso's waiting for it.
I'm going to put in my pressure here. And Actias kind of has to like challenge back.
Oh, I saw Actias try to go for the DP counter, the CAY, but it didn't seem to get through Rokso's insane pressure. Here he is again, dealing with fully charged counter or homing attack. Actias popping burst. What's Rokso's response? Going in for the release X. He's staying out, keeping his distance.
Okay, getting some hits full screen, get a little damage on him. Even this is, I mean, this is chip. Yeah,
right.
he'll CA it.
He's going to CA
it.
it.
Full meter anyway.
There we go. Oh, nice
full
dash of grab
dash
coming
up.
out from Actias. Going into field phase. What's his setup? Oh, he goes for the first attack.
This should push him, just push him out. Or didn't.
Oh, we're going to get a homing attack in the duel phase. Surprised Rokso didn't go for the burst punish himself. You know, a lot of overhead. And that's a confirmed burst attack.
And that's what Actias like, okay, you're going to grab, so jump X. Try and avoid it. Rokso backs off. So yeah, Rokso's Garchomp is interesting because it's a nice mix between not defensive, but a very patient style. Like he's willing to stay in the middle.
And then going in for insane amounts of pressure and aggression and waiting for you to crack under his insane amounts of just release X's into overheads and threatening a grab, a command grab, and then canceling that. And so many crazy things that Garchomp can do, and Rokso definitely utilizes the most of what the tools are available to him. So it's really, really hard to deal with him, especially a character like Suicune with relatively slower frame data. You really have to be careful with the options that you're dealing with. So we're heading here into game 2. Rokso cleanly taking game 1. Actias only having 1 moment of respite with his burst activation, but even then Rokso was able to overcome that pretty quickly. So we'll see how Actias adapts to this situation.
Victini Dragonite, an interesting choice on supports.
Oh, catches the dig cancel.
It's good weight.
Oh, nice, really nice CAY coming out from Actias. Hasn't taken any damage so far, but Rokso's going to fix that with his own release X upwards. It's a frame 1 anti-air.
So he's been caught by that twice, but now Actias can kind of use it to his advantage. It's like he can dash up to him, kind of fake that, like use the conditioning, because Rokso already went for it twice.
Rokso has to confirm and going back in the field phase. Getting up in Actias' face, getting a release X, which is very safe when done downwards on block.
Yeah. Good going for the vulnerable frames, but interesting trade there.
Oh, tries to go for the grab. He's getting hit by the upwards release X. Actias not in a good position right now. Miss Maggie is coming out. Actias is going to have to... Tries to go for a punish. Gets hit by Miss Maggie.
He at least gets some space. We got knocked down. And yeah, Rokso took advantage of that.
That's the command grab. Yeah, really, really tight situation when you're low on health and you really don't know what mix-ups you're dealing with. And especially when getting shield pressure like that, you have to be really, really careful. Oh, Roxo getting hit.
Yeah,
Going in dual phase.
Well, X hasn't done this instant waterfall yet, so it is a good check sometimes just to see if they're awake.
Oh, catch the did cancel.
Oh, he wasn't ready. That was kind of hard to even see it hit. It looked like he just popped out of the ground.
Right. And once again, Roxo, the master of his optimal combo, is going for insane amounts of damage. Very well practiced and conditioned. Actias almost gets the counter attack. We're getting Ninetales pressure here. Actias pops his own Victini.
So what's kind of scary is Roxo can still grab him. Yep.
Yes, he can, and that's going to be a fully charged Sand Tomb. Actias surprisingly not responding with his own burst attack. Probably wants to get more damage in or be in a closer situation.
I feel like he didn't think about the threat of grab there.
Right.
And was kind of like, well, you know, I'm safe here. Okay.
Oh, Actias still gets hit. That's most likely going to close out.
Well, he has, yeah, okay.
That's it.
Yeah.
All right. Good stuff to Roxo, taking over 2-0 over Actias.
I was going to say, Actias has Rage and Burst Armor, so, like, maybe he'll survive, but no, that shredded his health way too fast. So that's a big thing of, like, is this Actias' like, first larger event? I believe it would be.
I would say yes.
So, like,
definitely would be.
It's still, like, it's tough. You know, you go in, everyone wants to go in.
Actually, no, wait. He went to Frosty Fostings.
Okay, so second.
Yeah,
but
second.
Still relatively new.
Yeah, relatively new.
So people like you want to go in, you want to compete. You feel like, oh, I can take these guys. I see them play. Here's all their holes. But then it's like you actually play them, and it's just different.
It's a completely different situation. You walk in, you're against that. You feel the weight, the pressure of what it's like to be up on stage.
Like, pressure hits everyone differently.
Exactly. Right.
You could go to tournaments all the time. Like even people who like go to tournaments a lot.
Yeah.
Or still feel pressure. Like people, I went to like a local first match the other day.
Right.
And like someone between matches, like I was nervous talking to my friends, like, oh, it's good to see that you're human. You feel pressure too.
Exactly.
It's like, like
that's crazy. Right.
You know, these people are on stream. They do it a lot, but like at the same time, they still feel that as well. But like they more so are used to the mindset of okay, when I'm playing, it's go time. You know,
exactly.
I gotta like put that down and just focus.
Yeah. There's not actually that much difference between what one would consider an average player and what one would consider a top player. It's really just the little things like mentality and keeping composure and kind of working with your surroundings and working with the game. It's a lot of little things. It's a very long, grueling process to become or get good at fighting games in general. All fighting games and all competitive games and all anything in life in general. It takes effort and time, but I mean, put in the practice. These top players, they did their time. They put their time in the grind. They're still grinding day to day.
Yeah, there's always new stuff that you figure out. It's like, oh, I didn't know this, and then you like add it in.
Right, and then the competition is always heated. People are always getting one up on each other. As we lead ourselves closer and closer to top 12, we're definitely gonna see a lot of top players, a lot of rematches, a lot of crazy things that be happening at this super stacked, super talented tournament. So we'll definitely find out where we're headed.
Yeah, Paper Sack versus Chinkyu. Oh, a Shadow Mewtwo. So I didn't know if we'd actually have any Shadow Mewtwo's.
Right, I believe Bad Intent was registered to come out, but it seems he wasn't able to make it.
He made it, yeah.
That's a bit unfortunate. He was able to surprisingly make it last year under a different name, Cosmic Backlash, which I will never forget because he was in my pool. So it changed, it messed with the CDR pool, but it's fine, it happens.
It's kind of a habit of his. I remember at DreamHack, not DreamHack, NEC when he did that.
Yes,
then played
Ditzy Blonde.
Played Slip like round 2.
Right. Yeah. Toasty was telling me that he actually played him round 1 in VGC, and Bad Intent would have also been seeded